Module 1, Lesson 13, Some Potential Dangers When Solving Equations. In the previous lessons, we looked at techniques for solving equations, a common theme throughout algebra. In this lesson, we will examine some potential dangers where our intuition about algebra may need to be examined. So in the first problem, let's go ahead and describe the properties used to convert the equation. If you notice, the parentheses disappeared, so we have to think about what allows that to happen, and we provide the idea that it was distributive property. In the next one, what you see is the difference. What I see is that negative x squared has been knocked off of each side. So let's go ahead and say that we added both x squared to both sides of the equation. On the next step, what's missing? Well, almost everything's the same, but the x and the 2x got added together, so we collected like terms. On the second to last step, what do we see? We see that 3x and 8x match, but 4 turned into 20 somehow, and 24 disappeared. And if you're thinking carefully, you might imagine that 24 got added to both sides. And then finally, the final difference, the 3x disappears, but the 8x goes down by 3x. So we have 3x subtracted from both sides. Nice work. The steps above, we applied a property of real numbers and/or equations to create a new equation. Why are we sure that the initial equation, x times the quantity 1 minus x plus 2x minus 4 equals 8x minus 24 minus x squared, and the final equation, 20 equals 5x, have the same solution set? What did we do to figure that out? In Lesson 12, we practice using commutative, associative, and distributive properties to modify an equation. And we discovered that as long as we were careful to use these properties as we rewrote the equations, changing it using add or subtract or multiply properties, we were not ignoring subtract or division. It is just that these operations can be safely accomplished with add the opposite or multiply by the reciprocal. What was the common solution set to all of the equations? And again, what is the common solution? That we're just asking you to solve. So the key word here is solution set, which means describe all of the values for this variable that make the equation true. Since our variable is x and we know that 20 equals 5x, determine the value of x for this equation. And I'm going to let you solve for that and tell me what you think in a minute.